Hi, welcome to the Fired Up with CJ show. We're continuing our look at the two candidates and what we can expect. And we have James Wallace, who is the creator of the Voyager Tarot, using those cards to give us some insights, some spiritual insights. Welcome,
Yes.
James.
Thank you.
So here's the thing. I've been talking to my friends, all of who are business people, who are Democrats that are business people, so they're very interesting people.
Okay.
Or at least in my opinion they are. And here's what the common takeaway is, and I think it's been reflected in a lot of the news reports, that Romney is a strong business person. He commands leadership. He did well during the debate. People trust him as being a strong business person who can get things done. He has a track record both in Massachusetts as well as at Bain. So
Well,
the question, so this
Okay.
guy seems like the guy that I want to bet on. Now,
Right.
when we did the tarot cards before, you said, hey, but Obama is a strong community organizer, and we've seen with the cards in the Middle East and his actual performance that he's
Right.
actually been pretty good at getting groups to work together. Maybe not in the actual configuration as it is, but he has his
Right.
strengths too. He's
But-
better in human rights, women's rights.
Right, but remember that when we were talking the last time we did an interview about this cards, the Obama card for the economy was disappointment or setback.
it was
or
bad.
something. He's vulnerable. Remember, he's very vulnerable. Whereas Romney got the art card, which is the alchemist, very creative,
Positive.
aggressive, all that kind of energy. Whereas Obama's kind of like dealing with something here.
Right. And here's a personal thing I struggle with, and I don't know if you can try to pull a card that would help us all, but I think that there's a basic, fundamental problem with what's more important is human rights, women's rights. We've worked so hard, we've come so far.
Right.
Is there a fear that some of those things will be reversed and will be in a worse position? Or in economic, it's important to have a job, to have food, to have So how do we make those trade-offs? Is there a card or cards that you could pull to help us? Because I think a lot of people are facing the same dilemma.
Right. Well, I think when we're not quite sure how to frame the question, I mean, I do like the general "what about"
Yeah. Okay.
question. So we have on one side, what about human liberties, human rights, vis-a-vis the economy getting a job, right?
Right.
But what's the question around that? Is it
What should I consider in my voting decision when I look at those two?
okay? All right. How to look at each of these, the two sides? How to look at the economy? How to look at basic human rights?
Right, and making the trade-offs between the two.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So let's pick one. Let's pick one on the economy and work, getting a job, and all that. So tell me when to stop, CJ.
Stop.
Right there. I'm going to go with this one down here. It's kind of this one down here. It's kind of hard here. Okay, here we go. The card is the universe. The universe in the tarot is the 21 card. It's the highest numbered card in the deck. It's the ultimate material card. It's stuff and more stuff. It's the universe of stuff. So when we're talking the material, physical world, we are talking jobs. We're talking about money. We're talking about food. We're talking about paying the rent. We're talking about housing.
Yeah.
We're talking about basic material stuff.
Well, how does that card help me?
Well, it just knows you. It knows that we're kind of, comparing it to the human liberty.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so we'll look at that. But remember, this is the card that came up for the Republican administration if they got in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, business and work and all that. So, okay, keep that in mind. So back to women's rights, human rights,
Right.
ethic, racial, equalities, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay, so tell me when to pick a card on that.
Now.
I'm going to go with this card here, this one here, and it is compassion. Yes, that's true. It's a classic. This is a classic, beautiful, spiritual healing card for considering the humanity of all, the heartbeat of every person, man, woman, black, white, green, whatever color, the whole bit, like that. Compassion. Spectacular card
Yeah.
for respecting the human being.
So here's what I'm taking. What do I want more in life? More stuff or more compassion? And that's what I'm taking away. What are you taking away?
Let me ask you this. Would you say, generally speaking, this would be the universe would be the Romney card, and this would be the Obama card, the compassion?
But see, I view both of those as equally important to actually, so.
I agree.
I'm sorry, they haven't illuminated anything for me.
Well, they have. I mean, they say they're equally important. You can have material stuff, but what's the spirit behind that or within that? Okay. I mean, I could be rich and be miserable and be a son of a gun.
Right.
Is that what we want? No. We want a compassionate person.
But I could be compassionate and poor and starving in the street.
Exactly. You want them both. They want it.
Right.
No. They want both.
Okay, so let's ask, which candidate would be better in terms of giving us the best of both worlds?
Got it.
How about that?
Now, this is the way we do Voyager Tarot. It's Q&A. I love exactly what we did. Questions lead to answers, which lead to more, card answers and so on. All right, so the question is, again.
Which of the candidates would be better? Or which in the candidates would be better in terms of making the trade-offs of those two things? Because as you said, we want both.
Okay, so we want both. So what about Romney doing both?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when to stop. Stop. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to underneath this time. And the card is the moon. The moon is the dreamer, quite honestly. It is full of dreams. It's very female. It's kind of soft. It's reflective. Wow, it really came up for Romney. Well, let's just kind of put that on the board or on the laptop here. Because now we want to see about Obama being able to integrate.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Ready?
Integrate the two. So tell me when to stop on that. Stop. Okay, we're going down here. This one. And that card is narrowness, the cave.
Ooh, that doesn't look good.
Cave. Well, this is a number 9 card. This is kind of Romney's number, the cave.
Yes.
This is a great card for number 9 is the number of wholeness, the whole 9 yards, dressed to the nines. So 9 in the tarot is the number of integration, completion. Okay, so Obama is very focused on this and that and this and that. I mean, that's kind of his MO.
Right.
He's really intelligent guy, so he can consider a lot of multiple points of view at once and try and synthesize them.
Right, community organizer, right? Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. The moon card is the moon. Boy, how to say this about the moon? Because the moon has a great deal of female, feminine compassion within it. It's very reflective. It considers the people's needs. I think that Romney is far more responsive to human needs, economic needs, probably more than we all think.
Yeah.
I think he's been branded, and that's part of the politic thing of being a little bit of a right-winger. And I'm sure he's much more moderate, much more sensitive, much more empathic, much more compassionate than we probably think. And I think that's bared out in the moon card.
Interesting.
Okay. With Obama, I think we get more of the same. Okay. And we probably get a better deal out of Romney than we originally thought. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. These have been so much fun. I really think these are fun.
They are fun.
And insightful. Honestly, I can actually look at these and look at all the other stuff that I had, and it is helpful to know these things. Don't you think? Does it help you?
That's why we do this. We get insight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.